Good evening. I'd like to call the City of Waterville City Council meeting for Monday, June 24th, 2024 to order. And first order of business is the prayer, and I will lead that. Loving God, as we come together tonight for the City of Waterville, we pause to ask you to be with us and guide our way. May your spirit of peace surround all we say and do this evening. We ask for your strength to do what is best for the good of Waterville. Lord God, as servants of your people, we pray that you grant us the share of your wisdom. Amen. All rise. Next, we have a special guest in our audience, former administrator, Jim Bagdonuts, will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Thank you, sir. And next, we'll have the clerk read the roll call.
Here.
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 Here?
Here.
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 Good. Well, as I mentioned, we always do what's best for the city of Waterville, and tonight we have a special presentation to welcome 4 new firefighters, EMT folks to our staff, and I get the honor to swear them in, so I'll come down there in a minute. Step up here, please. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that I will, in all respects, observe the provisions of the Charter and ordinances of the municipality of Waterville, and I will faithfully, honestly, impartially, discharge the duties of the firefighter, paramedic of the Waterville Fire Department of the municipality of Waterville, State of Ohio, during my continuance in said office. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Next, Lee Smith. Lee. Raise your right hand. Repeat after me.
I, Lee,
Do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and that I will, in all respects, observe the provisions of the Charter and the ordinances of the municipality of Waterville, and I will faithfully, honestly, and impartially discharge the duties of a firefighter paramedic of the Waterville Fire Department of the municipality of Waterville, State of Ohio, during my continuance in said office. Amen. Repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States, the Constitution of the State of Ohio, and
Families are a huge part. We sit together as a family when they're on shift, so families support them while they're gone. So we're gonna have the families and their guests putting their badges on. So, Lee, if you want to go first, and one of the shipmates is taking that on.
Don't stick her. Kevin and his wife. And Kyle's gonna have the same shift made there together. Lee, Matt, and Kai are all the same shift.
Doug, it's customary for our newest employees just to say hello, tell a little bit about yourself, and we'll start with Lee. Lee. You go to the microphone, though, please.
I'm Lee Snyder. I'm originally from Lucky, but I live in Perrysburg now. And I've been in the service for about 5 years. So this is my first full-time firefighter paramedic job. So thank you, the city of Waterville, for letting me work for you guys. So thank you.
Thank you. Kaya?
Hi, my name's Kaya. I'm from Sylvania, Ohio. This will be my first fire job, so thank you for the city for giving me this opportunity. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Kevin?
Hi.
Pick it up.
I'm Kevin. I grew up here from Waterville. Wanted to do this since I was a boy. Thank you.
Clint?
Hi, my name's Clint. I'm a resident of Bowling Green, Ohio. I grew up in eastern Ohio, in a small town called Danville, Ohio. And I've been a volunteer firefighter for Middleton Township since 2012. And I'm very happy and honored to be here as a firefighter for Waterville. I want to thank you for the opportunity and thank everybody for coming.
Thank you. And before we move on, I would ask council if you have a comment, starting with Mary, Vice Mayor.
Congratulations. We're happy to have you. We look forward to seeing you in the future.
Yes, congratulations. We're happy to have you here at Waterville, City of Waterville. We'll see you on the road, and I know you have a great chief and vice chief over there, so you guys are really going to enjoy your stay with us. And hopefully it's very long. We want to keep our employees, so congrats.
Congratulations on your appointment. There's a lot of responsibility with it, and I know you don't take it lightly. We're happy you're here. I know your chief is. Our fire department is really growing. We really need you guys, so thank you for serving.
Thank you. Wayne?
Yeah, like everyone else said, congratulations. Whether it's your first time or you've been doing it for 15 years, it's a needed position, and it's often a thankless position. And you guys really do have good leadership, and hopefully you stick around.
Congratulations for me also. It's good to see you all here. Welcome to Waterville. This is a terrific fire department. You probably already know that. And the chief and the assistant chief, you made the right choice by joining us, and we look forward to it. Just as you're lucky to be here, we're lucky to have you. So thank you very much.
Anthony?
Congratulations to all of you guys, and thank you for picking Waterville as your new place of employment. And I hope I never see you guys at my house.
Well, I've said it before, thank you for looking to Waterville, and you've got a great staff, the chief and the assistant chief, so look forward to seeing you on the street like Todd said, but like Anthony said, not necessarily at my house per se. And then we got to thank the moms and dads and the families, husbands, wives, spouses. Thank you for allowing your family to be part of our family. Thank you very much. So you are welcome to leave if you like. You don't have to stay for the whole meeting, moms and dads, brothers and sisters.
Get him to work, Dougie. Get him to work.
Thought you taking her chair with you.
4.
I know. She's moving it so now.
Hey, that's city park.
Yeah.
I know he needs it.
Let's do it the next meeting.
Holy Toledo.
Bye.
They're smart.
So can we just pass the resolution and go home?
There you go. Wrap it up.
Wrap it up.
We're gonna wait just another minute, 'cause I think there's some folks that are gonna come in
back
from
in.
outside.
There are some people outside that want to come in.
Yep.
Wait just a second.
Just close the door, dog.
It's empty.
Yeah.
Come on in, everybody. Yep, it's empty.
Oh, hey, there's Terry.
Alrighty, we will continue with our meeting, and next on the agenda is the approval of our minutes from a regular council meeting from Monday, June the 10th, 2024. I need a motion to accept the minutes.
So moved.
So moved, Wayne Wagner. Need a second?
Second.
Second, Mary Duncan. Any more discussion?
Your Honor, I need to abstain. I was not at the last meeting.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? And note that council member Todd Borowski abstained. Next is the citizens' comments, and we have one here. Terry Masucci would like to address council, so Terry, if you go to the microphone, you know the routine.
Good evening. My name is Terry Masucci, 1101 Waterville, Monclova Road, Waterville, 43566. So real quick, I had to put hiding the balls on hold because of the heat, and then there was another game being started. I approached the Anthony Wayne school, and they got on board with this new game for the whole Anthony Wayne area. During the family week, which they don't have any sports or anything. It's just a time to just chill down. So we are going to hide 24 Anthony Wayne generals. So to get this done, I needed an STL file for 3D printing. So I contacted them, and they made it kind of a learning experience to do this. So this is just a keepsake. They'll be hidden around town. There's, like I said, there's 24. The school's sending it out to all the kids to be on the lookout for these. They can paint these, take a picture, and then put it on their X, Twitter stuff, and all that good stuff. So that's all. So the balls will be postponed until next week. So there'll be 2 things that people can hunt for.
I didn't hear the dates.
Oh, we're going to start hiding them Thursday and Friday. But the family week starts June 30th, but we couldn't hide them exactly on June 30th, so we're doing a little bit early. Thank you.
Terry, did you say that just in Waterville or all over
Oh,
Anthony Wayne?
yes, it'll be Anthony Wayne. We're going to primarily stay with Waterville Township, City of Waterville, Monclova, and White House. And we're not going to go to the outskirts like Swanton, Maumee, or Perrysburg area. Okay?
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
All right, that's the only other citizen comment, so we will move on. Next is the staff reports, and that would be start with our administrator.
Thank you, Mayor. Council has a copy of my report. I did want to mention a couple things. The fireworks display is coming up, so that's scheduled for Saturday, July 6th. The staff and I have met with representatives from the various community groups that are putting on the activities at Waterville Primary School. So we have 9 food trucks, a DJ, the inflatables that we talked about at the last meeting. Pyrotechnico is putting on the display. The rain date is July 7th. The fireworks, in addition to the fireworks, the city is supplying extra restroom facilities and trash receptacles. The Public Works Director and I, we met with the contractor for Parker Square Phase 3. One of the things as a part of this project, the city is going to have to close the intersection of River Road and Farnsworth Road for up to 10 days to accommodate the installation of 2 concrete crosswalks and new curbs. This work is tentatively scheduled for the week of July 8th, so we'll have some detour signs set around town. The detour primarily will be the Anthony Wayne Trail to Mechanic to the bridge. If you're coming north on River Road, you would turn on South Street and then go up to the trail. The River Road will be closed just south of School Place and then just south of Farnsworth, so we're primarily working in the intersection right in front of the Columbian House and River Road side of the Liberty House. We also had a pre-construction meeting on the shared use pass, so this is, again, is tentatively scheduled to begin on July 15th. So again, the project involves 6,060 feet of new shared use path, and that's on the trail between Mechanic and Canal. It's on the trail between Farnsworth and South, and then Monclova, Waterville Monclova Road on the west side of the road between Farnsworth and 64 Michigan Avenue. So the main portion of the project that's going to have the most impact on residential property is the west side of Waterville Monclova Road between Farnsworth and 64. So we're going to have to be crossing 9 driveway approaches. So we'll be sending out some letters this week explaining, what we're doing, and if we do have to take an approach out, we'll be replacing it with the material that existed before. So if it was concrete, it'll be concrete. If it's asphalt, it'll be asphalt. And we're also going to have to replace a number of ADA ramps in the project area. The completion date substantial completion date is November 1st of 2024. It concludes my report. If council has any questions.
Questions for the administrator, starting with Anthony Bruno?
Nope.
Mr. Roldick?
Nope, thank you, Mayor.
Wayne?
Thanks, John.
That section along Waterville Monclova you just mentioned, there's a concrete sidewalk there now, right?
Yes.
We're going to pull that out and
Right.
then make the wider path on
Right.
asphalt.
Yep.
Perfect. That's it.
Mr. Gerber?
Yes, sir. I noticed that, sir, you went and met with Volunteers Rec Club regarding sponsorship for the Roast to Boo pre-party. What exactly is that sponsorship?
So they are, last year we had, they sponsored the pre-party, Roast to Boof party, I guess you call it. There was a band and they ran the beer truck and things like that. So we're gonna do the same thing this year. Instead of using the parking lot with the stage, the band is actually gonna set up on the overlook. They'll be playing, I guess it'd be to the west, and then people can, go on the lawn and things like that. The completion date for Parker Square is August 9th or 8th, I believe. So hopefully everything will be done by then, and you know, we can start using Parker Square like we've always intended it to be used.
Excellent, thank you.
Anything else?
No, sir.
Todd?
All good, thank you.
And Mary?
Nothing.
I have some comments for later, but not now. Next is our law director.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just an announcement as relates to the court case. The Plowman appeal comes up at the Court of Appeals for the 6th District on the 24th of July, which is a Wednesday at 10 a.m. It's for oral argument only. There'll be no more evidence taken. The record is complete, and I would anticipate a decision sometime before the end of the year.
Thank you. Next is our finance director.
Thank you, Mayor. You got the report a little bit late. We had a little mistake from Friday getting the right copies out. We can cover it here anyway. So this is May finance report, and if you look to page 5, which is, expresses all of your fund balances, and you compare to May of 23, there's a $499,199 increase. Compared to April of 04, there's a $177,476 increase. And compared to December of 03, the fund balances are up by $1,479,735. Total receipts in May were $1,264,000. In total expenses in May were $1,087,412. Some of the significant receipts were, we did, and I think I talked about it a little bit at the last meeting. We received our retainer refund, which we budget that at typically, well, not budget it, but they calculate it at 3% every time we get a distribution. So that's an expense. And we get a refund at the in the following year for what they didn't end up using of that 3%. So it turned out to be 1.1%. So our refund was $97,781. We also received one of 2 farmland rentals, and that was for $18,900. We'll receive the second one. I think it's our total, if I'm correct. In the expenditure side, we did have 3 payrolls, so that added a $92,604 additional compared to the prior month. And some of the other significant expenditures, we did make our bond interest payments at $39,454. Lucas County debt for the sewer operating and OWVA and OPWC, our portion of that debt was $78,677. Hull rescue systems for the fire department, that was hydraulic rescue equipment, and that was $66,995. And then we paid Midwest Contracting toward Parker Square project at $81,000. So those are some of the more significant. There's a few more that I think those override by dollar amounts anything else that year-to-date increased percentage. So our true expenses for utilizing, and that's related to the retainer refund, excuse me, I already covered that. So the RETA I looked at last year's, and it looks like one of the big declines is in personal income taxes. Our withholdings are at 59% of total, and there was an increase of 151,000 there. The personal income taxes dropped by 115,687, and then your net profits increased by 41,514. So personal income taxes have dropped. We'll have to just keep an eye on that. Might be some reflection of work at home. So any questions?
Council, questions? We'll start with Vice Mayor Duncan.
No questions tonight, Mark.
Todd?
All good, Mark.
And
No, sir,
Anthony?
thank you, Mark, for a great report.
Thanks, Mark.
Thanks, Mark. Good.
I do have a couple. Mark, I have a couple. Anthony? So you touched on all my little bullet points that I had in my file here, but just curious, City of Waterville, $107,000. What's that for? On page 3. Payroll. All right, John just answered my question. And then you talked about Howell Rescue. Oh, Tyler Athletic Fields.
We were both looking at that.
That was for parks, baseball field maintenance for 24,000.
Okay. That was to get it ready for the season, or is it ongoing? Okay, good.
Is Tyler stick, or is it just?
It's all the fields.
Oh, okay.
And so we added Waterworks Park, so that's a big one to maintain, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
that kind of upped the price a little from last year.
Which is good. I think we need to, like we're doing, like Kenny's doing, we need to maintain them, and we need to make the investment, so thank you. And the other ones you've already answered for me, so thank you. Thanks. Next, our treasurer.
Oh, yeah.
You're not flying anywhere tomorrow morning, are you?
Thank you, Mayor and members of council. We do have the month of May reconciled. And again, as you can see, the water and sewer fund are pretty stable from where they were last month and at the beginning of the year. And our other major funds are up. Now, I will say that typically in May, we see a big jump because the income taxes are filed in April and that money comes in and we get that money in May. So, and we did have a jump, though I will say we didn't have as big a jump as what we typically have at this time frame. So, and then I get a little concerned because I also saw our income tax collections were down for the month of June. So we're still in fine shape, but we just got to keep an eye on some of that stuff. The one thing that I'd like to add on to Mark's report is in terms of the income taxes. Yes, the personal are down a little bit, but if you notice, our net profits and withholdings are up quite a bit, quite frankly. And actually, if you look, this same time last year, our income tax revenue was made up about 65% from businesses, and this year it's made up about 75% for businesses. From my perspective, that's a good thing. I mean, it means we've got some business development, we've got them paying taxes and helping the citizens help keep our taxes down. So while we are down on the individual side right now, I think there are some good trends with the businesses that are really helping us out. So
Good.
that's the end of my report.
Questions for Steve? Nope, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Well, next we'll have our fire chief.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. The first thing I want to announce is that Chief Valvano beat me for the shortest report, so I'm admitting that he beat me on this. Rock the Block went real well. We didn't have any events or emergencies, so it went very well. I want to also note that it's fireworks time, so I wanted to make sure the public knows that while the state has legalized fireworks, they are not legal in the city of Waterville. This year has been very dry, and the rate of fire from fireworks is up, so let's please not use those. While we think it's a good idea, it's not always. Even the professionals have trouble with them, so please avoid the fireworks. Exhibitors do those and leave that to the professionals. The last thing I wanted to note is, as I've mentioned before, incidents inside of incidents. We've been tracking those. That number over the last month has skyrocketed. There was 1 week where we were at 100% of incidents inside of incidents for a week. They're up, and it's not just one. The other day we had 3 at the same time. We were able to handle them all. We are making ends meet, but with that going up, there's a lot of demand on the staff. So we are keeping track of that, but that number is starting to skyrocket.
Okay.
Questions for, you done?
Yeah.
Questions, Mary?
Doug,
Yes.
you were inducted into the Anthony Wayne Hall of Fame. Did you want to tell us about that at all?
I was.
Did we get to vote on that, or is that?
I don't know. Is that allowed?
Just to be clear, Mary,
Is it-
he was not inducted yet. He was nominated.
Oh, you.
Yeah.
But he will be inducted.
I will be inducted in August, yes.
In August?
In
and,
August.
And what is that date? Do we have that date?
I think it's the 23rd.
23rd.
Is the football game that I will be introduced. And then the
Okay.
24th, I believe, is the luncheon.
I see. I just didn't know if you needed, some
Oh, yeah.
support from your
Yeah.
It's a great idea.
city council.
Well, thank you. I appreciate the support greatly. It's an honor, to get your name etched in a piece of history. So, yeah.
Well, congratulations. We're very proud of you.
Any other questions or comments for the chiefs? Todd?
Doug,
Tony?
where are we at in staffing wise? Are we like 4 new hires is great, but
So-
where does that leave you?
Yep. So we have one hold that we are in the process of filling right now. The physical agility goes out Thursday. We did put in for a safer grant. If we get that, we'll have up to 4 full timers. Would be the max. With 1 part timer, would put us at 5, which is where we need to be. But we're doing well now with the current staff level, except for part time is down at the moment. But we're trying our best right now.
Yeah. Keep it up. Good work.
John Rosick?
No, thank Doug very much. Thank you very much. And congratulations, really. That's terrific. The Hall of Fame. Your picture will be on the wall at the high school, and nice luncheon. It's a very nice event, and the recognition at the football game. So good work. You deserve it.
It's pretty humble.
Yeah.
Anthony Bruno?
Congratulations.
The only thing that I would say, Doug, thanks for the report. It was great having the new staff members here tonight. Number 2, the best of my knowledge, and I've been in the community about 33 or 4 years, I don't think there's ever been a fire chief inducted into the Athletic Hall of Fame in Anthony Wayne, so I think you're blazing the trails. No pun intended, but congratulations. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thanks, Doug. Next, our Public Works Director.
I can do this without my glasses. Thank you, Mayor, Council. Just a couple of things to talk on tonight. All of you know we had that major storm last week. Did a lot of tree damage, so we have a lot of limbs down. It's going to take a few more days to get everything collected. So we just ask people to be a little understanding, and we'll get them. It's just going to take some time. It was really funny because only us and White House got hit with this storm. It just blew up right over top of us, and there were straight line winds, and it was pretty bad. So anyway, we'll get it all cleaned up. Mowing's been a challenge as well with all the rain we've had, but the guys have been doing a good job keeping up, as well as the watering with all the heat we've had to the plants. So we did have to hire a part-time person just to keep up with watering all the plants in Waterville, the roundabouts and planters and all that. So he'll be working here for a while and then see how it goes after that. We're also trying to get some fire hydrants painted when we get some time. We're starting to work on Michigan Avenue, and we'll spread out from there. But I know there's a lot of them that need to put a fresh coat of paint on. We had our first meeting for the 18th annual fishing derby last week, so we're starting to get that going with the Rotary Club, and The only other thing I got is the River Road Pump Station improvements. That should be substantially completed sometime in the middle of next week. They set one pump today. They're going to set motor tomorrow and then move over to the other one. So that's coming along real quick now. Other than that, I don't have anything else.
Comments, questions for the Kenny? I've got a couple, but we'll start with Mary.
Okay.
Just a couple, Kenny. I know over here on 3rd Street, you guys have the sprinklers on. Do the guys still water where the sprinklers don't hit those plants? Okay. And they're watering the roundabouts,
Yep.
it looks like, which is great. Okay. Will they stay on the, where the rocks are, not the plant beds and the roundabouts? They're gonna take care of weeding,
Yeah.
spraying the weed killer on those too?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks, Kenny.
Yep.
Tony?
Kenny, I see here you spoke with representatives from Spectrum regarding some cameras around your building. Are those going to be integrated with other cameras within that are covering municipal buildings?
Yeah, they're going to be part of a program that we did, yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Just for a refresher course, what is the city's policy on picking up the branches? Because I mean, I've seen a lot, obviously, that are in trees falling from people's front yards.
Yeah, sure, yeah. If
That's
it's storm
technically not our responsibility,
Yeah,
but.
exactly. Yeah, if it's storm damage, we'll pick it up.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
So
if they're
I'll-
out trimming their trees or bushes and that, that's, we
Exactly.
can take it over.
Yeah, don't take advantage of the storm and throw a bunch of pile on.
But put them in your front yard where they can get them.
Yeah.
They're not going in backyards or anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, we held off Friday. We got some of them, but we kind of held off to wait over the weekend, you know, till they
Let people
started bringing the brush out, so we weren't going back and forth. So, and they did.
Yeah, there's
A
still
lot
quite a
out-
few out there. You just
lot
running
out
around
there.
with the chipper and chipping them up as you can, or?
Some of them, yeah.
Yeah.
The larger ones.
Yeah, you got your hands full with that one. There's quite a few down, so. Good job.
John?
And on that, Kenny, should people call, or do you just drive around the city and look for
Both.
stuff? Both?
Yeah, people call. We'll write their address down, and when we're here, we'll put them on.
All right, thank you.
I just have a couple, and you've already addressed that you're out doing it. I just noticed some coming down here today, but Michigan Ave, and it sounds like you're in the process. The other thing is, I did speak to Kenny on Saturday or Friday, that you looked at that leak over by Milk Creek. I guess that was taken care of, so thank you for that. And then lastly, at our Conrad event a couple weeks ago, the park looked great in terms of grass
Yeah,
cut.
they did a good job. Yeah,
Picnic tables, and really it was a festive crowd. Those of you that were able to be there, it was
A large
great.
crowd. Lisa Exner, she made comments in a nice email. Yeah, how nice everything was.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
Our police chief is not able to be with us tonight, but our administrator is going to give us an update. So, John?
Thank you, Mayor. The chief is absent tonight. He took a little vacation, but he did submit his reports for April and May of 2024. Couple of things I wanted to mention. We had the Rock the Block event on June 15th, and that went well, no incidents there. Bike to School was a great success. There were about 50 students that participated, and that was May 16th. And then Safety City is coming up. It's July 15th through the 19th. Currently, we have 45 students enrolled, and we have room for 15 more. So if you know anyone that wants to enroll in Safety City. And in the chief's report, you did notice that we do have 2 new officers that we started. Loria Zarletta and Cameron Salas. So those are our 2 new officers. They're in the May portion of the report. So.
All righty. Any questions to the administrator for the police chief?
John, I saw a couple complaints for noise at the 300 block of Anthony Wayne Trail. Is that Buffalo Rock?
Well, I'm not sure which, I guess where that's from, but Buffalo Rock is in the 345 Anthony Wayne Trail, and then the 2 apartment buildings are also in the 300 block. So,
okay.
So the chief is monitoring the sound, and he takes random, random readings, usually Thursday, Friday, Saturday, but We haven't had any that were over the limit so far. He keeps track of those, so.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask you, so none over the limit. So they responded, but no
Right.
issues. Okay, awesome, thank you.
Anybody else?
John, where are we at on staff for police department wise with those 2 new hires?
So we do have one more to go, and so we'll try to fill that one as soon as we can.
Our number is 11 or 13?
I think we have 13 officers.
13.
Yeah, including the chief, and then 14 with the secretary, so.
Perfect. And then that, obviously on that May 21st, 2024, I know you probably can't go into details, but I hope that works itself out. That's probably the scariest one I've seen on any of these police reports. So hopefully, maybe he can give us an update.
Yeah,
when it's appropriate.
Yeah, I think so.
What is it?
May 21st, 2024,
Fraud and forgery?
on headline. No.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that, it's still under investigation, so.
Alrighty, we will move on to Mr. Rosick. Any comments, questions, or Anthony Bruno?
For the chief?
For the chief?
Through the administrator? No.
Yeah. The chief administrator, yeah.
Thanks, though.
All right, communications from council members. We'll start with Anthony Bruno.
No report tonight, Your Honor.
John Rosick.
Thank you, Mayor. I have 3 or 4 things, if you don't mind. First of all, Mr. Gokenauer and I and Nick Sargent attended the fire co-op meeting on the 13th, I think it was, of June. And we're in good shape with the fire co-op, Waterville White House, and Waterville Township. Doug did explain a little bit more about the ALS agreement and the distribution, really, of assets from the county to our municipality. He's had the opportunity, I don't want to speak for you, Doug, but the opportunity to make selections of items that are needed in the city, and did a very thorough job, I think, of reviewing the inventory, and so did all he could for us. So that was the first thing. Secondly, you might have noticed that the chess set has been removed from Conrad Park, unfortunately. And the reason was, and John and I discussed this, but there was been quite a bit of vandalism with the chess set that was installed, or a project of Boy Scouts for their Eagle Scout, I believe. But the vandalism resulted in really a safety hazard with the chess set. The lids had been torn off and the locks were removed. Some of the hinges were removed and the pieces were damaged because vandals were treating the pieces as soccer balls or whatever. So the board is still there, and that's it. The chairs have been removed, and the bins, unfortunately. I think Kenny may be looking at ways to make it indestructible, but we'll see how that goes, I guess. Yeah. And last thing, I had a note from Wendy Gray for, I have to look at my phone. I don't usually do this during a meeting, Mayor. But she is, again, thankfully going to take charge of the Christmas celebration in Waterville. And she asked me to pass on that that will be on December 8th, 2024, from 4:30 to 7. They're changing the location primarily to Parker Square. That's where most of the events would be, at Parker Square, including the lighting, I think, of the tree. There would still be food trucks, the horse and buggy, crafts, photo screen, and of course, Santa at the frame shop on River Road. So she is asking this year, and they will be planning to purchase some permanent items, larger permanent decorations for the park. She'd like a budget of about $8,000 for us to consider for that project. So I pass that on to council. I don't know if we have to decide tonight, but that's maybe for a future meeting.
Why don't we have some conversation? So we've all been indirectly or directly involved over the years, and it's certainly a community force, if you will, and I think it's been well received by the community. The other thing is, I know the team works with John Gokenauer and getting all the administrative things in line, so maybe if we're inclined to support this, we might want to do it tonight so that John and the team can begin the process what's going to be purchased, so we're ahead of the game. So, Mary, comments from you first. Anything?
No, just my understanding is it's up to 8,000, and that the decorations this year that will be purchased will be more of a permanent nature. So I would support that, and I think do you want me to do the resolution, or?
Let's go around the room. Todd, anything else?
No, I think Wendy's always done a great job. I think 8,000 is very minimal. You know, I mean, it's been a great event, well received. I know we have a big park right at the end of the street, Parker Square, and she does want to do, you know, a really nice display out there. So I'm all in.
Anthony?
Yeah, I agree. I was fortunate enough to work with her this last Christmas, and she does a fantastic job. And with the improvements we're making to Parker Square, it only makes sense to buy some nice decorations that will be in there and really highlight what I think is going to be a crown jewel of our community.
Exactly. Thank you.
I agree. We also helped. My family helped, and a lot of the stuff that she has or that we have is getting older. It's and I believe the number was 10,000 last year.
It was higher than this.
And I don't know if she has, one of my projects that she gave me for this year is, John, is those light poles with the Christmas lights. And I don't know if she took that into consideration with the 8,000. I honestly would like to see her get 10,000, up to 10,000 like she did last year, because I know those poles are gonna be costly, including the installation of a concrete, if you allow it, John, concrete to put the poles in. So just knowing everything that she has and knowing the age of all those wreaths, I mean, we spent hours upon hours trying to put them things back together, and it's only gonna get worse year after year. So I personally would like to see it. I'm 100% happy with 8,000, but I'd love to see it at 10,000 again.
Okay. And John, did you want to add any comments, or Anthony?
No, I'm just looking at my notes from Wendy, and no, I think that's a summary of what she sent to me. So no, I think it's good.
So here's my recommendation, because I did speak to Wendy. I'd like to stay with what she recommended and what the committee of 8,000, but if there's a need to come back and talk about something else, let's plan to do that. But for today, Mayor, if you want to make a motion so that we can get moving on this.
Real quick. Yes. I wanted to, with the decorations, I would also be in favor of if the number had to be over 10,000, whatever it might be. But with the decorations, like, I was thinking about this a little bit. When you compare like a downtown Maumee and Ottawa Hills, Perrysburg, the only thing that I'm thinking is maybe having a little more continuity with the decorations in terms of, let's just throw random numbers, 25, 30 of the same wreath for poles. You know, 1,000 strands, whatever it might be, of the same color, just so that way there's more order in the decorating. That's all I thought.
Okay. Mary?
So I'd like to make a resolution to spend up to $8,000 at this time, with more if needed, for our Christmas event. The actual event is scheduled for Sunday, December 8th, 4:30 to 7 p.m. downtown, and these decorations will be more of a permanent nature, and so I guess we need to vote on that.
All right, you made a motion, and need a
I made a
second.
motion.
Need a second?
Second.
Tony Garber. Any more discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All righty, thank you.
I'd like to add to that, just at the end of we've already voted. I just want to thank Wendy again for volunteering to take this on again this year.
Very good. Anyone else? Communications from council?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, you.
Tony?
First, I'd like to thank Michelle, the Chamber of Commerce, for doing a fantastic job for Rock the Block. It was well attended. I had a great time down there. Talked to a lot of people. It was well run and kept very clean. And I saw you working hard. You're taking trash around and really putting your all in. I really appreciate it. As I was walking down there, I stopped in at the cocktail bar, Josh's. Talked to some folks in there. Had a fantastic old fashioned. But it also kind of started stirring some thoughts in my head about the designated outside refreshment area. So I did some research with the State Department of Commerce. These are the areas around us that have this. Downtown Toledo, downtown Bowling Green, downtown Perrysburg, downtown Swanton, downtown Sylvania, Levis Commons in Perrysburg, and downtown Rossford. These are all communities that we're competing with to bring people into our area for such as Rock the Block. It would have been fantastic if I could have walked outside with that old fashioned and sat down in front of the band. And I think it would make Michelle's job easier to make these events even more marketable. So just something to think about. The other thing I wanted to bring up, and John had kind of brushed on this last council meeting, and it was the adult cannabis conference that you went to. So I did some research on that, and unfortunately there's not a lot of information because the state has not really hammered down any laws yet. But generally the accepted number for the excise tax is 10%. Out of that 10%, 36% is going to go to municipalities with dispensaries. The county can do a possible county tax of up to 3%. To give you an example of what this can bring to a community, Monroe Township received almost $1 million this year, $945,000 to be exact. And I bring this up because John had mentioned we don't have a law prohibiting this or allowing this. And when I see three options. One is we can do nothing. Two, we can add recreational marijuana to our 2016 ordinance, banning it. Or we can pass a temporary temporary halt to it, like Northwood or Perrysburg or several of our communities. This is going to be on our doorstep before we know it. In fact, communities in Maumee, write this down, it was Maumee, Perrysburg, and Bowling Green will start selling recreational marijuana here very soon because they have dispensaries, medical dispensaries. So certainly there's some decisions that need to be made in the near future, and I think the sooner we make these decisions, probably the better for our community. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I'm going to come back to that, but I'll go down to Todd.
Roundabouts are done. Thank all the volunteers. Nancy's done a great job. Family's done a great job, and all the volunteers that helped did a really nice job. So those are done, and that's it.
Mary?
Just a couple things. One is, I'm sure you've read that Rite Aid is closing July 9th, and that's due to the lawsuit on the opioids. They are now filing bankruptcy. People have heard that Walgreens is buying them and might open a Walgreens. I don't think that that's true. My understanding is Walgreens is buying the name, and I don't know if it's the inventory, but they just want to not have that competition. So I don't think there'll be a drugstore, a standalone drugstore in Waterville after July 9th. That's when the prescriptions end. The store will actually close when they run out of inventory, which should be sometime in early August. Sad for our community. I think a lot of people really enjoyed having that. Lisa Exner also sent me a note thanking us for the support for Eats and Beats. The next one is July 11th. The last one, as you mentioned, was very well attended. I don't think there was a parking space for quite a while, quite a ways, and the food trucks were very well received. The band was great. All in all, another great event for Waterville. I did get some information about the grab-and-go meals that the Maumee Senior Center is providing to Waterville on Mondays and Fridays. They're picking up twice as many meals in Waterville as they are producing for the citizens of Maumee. Maumee has about 30 people that pick up lunch from the Maumee Center. Maumee is bringing 70 to 75 meals out 2 times a week out here in Waterville. And I have not heard a negative comment from anyone about the meals. It's over 60 years old. You have to sign up. You have to reconfirm the week before that you want the meals for the next week. Very popular program. Pick up behind the library. With the July 4th holiday, they will not be having meals on Friday, July 5th. And also at the end of the month, on Friday, July 26th and Monday, July 29th, there will not be meals, but the rest of the days in July there will be. I asked if this would be an ongoing program, and they said with this support, absolutely. It is a federal grant, and they are enjoying helping people in Waterville.
And Mary, this is not a economic issue. This isn't about
No.
not having money. This is
No.
This is just a nice thing to do.
There's no income requirement or anything. You just have to be over 60 and sign up. And you can sign up at the library still anytime.
That's great.
Scott's been helping pass out the meals. Some people fill out the application while he's there, and he explains the program to them. We've had people ride their bikes up to get their meals. It's a very popular program, and I'm glad they're going to continue it.
Good.
So,
And there's no charge
no
for
charge.
the meals, right?
No charge.
Interesting.
The schools did something awfully similar. You know, during COVID, everybody got free lunches. You know, kids got free lunches. It was great. It saved us a bunch.
Thank you.
Does it, Mary? Mary, anything else?
That's it.
So I got a couple things. I'll start off by following up with Councilmember Garver's on the marijuana issue. Just so you know, there's been some conversation. I am part of the NOMA, Northwest Ohio Mayors and Managers Association. We met recently, and because there's so much unknown in the laws of what's going to take place, there is a forum which I just got an invitation to, and I'll pass it out to council. But on August 21st, I believe like 5 p.m.-ish, might be 5:30, there's going to be a meeting out at Pemberville. This is where the NOMA organization meets annually, and they're going to have some professionals and some educators on what to expect in communities. So while there's lots of ideas and lots of thoughts, this organization is going to maybe help us, guide us on what we should or shouldn't do for that program. And I think John mentioned before, we put in place some legislation a couple, probably 5-6 years ago, maybe when Mr. Bagdonis was here, to begin that process. So there has been some planning, but I think, like Tony said, there's things that are happening around our neighborhood, and we want to be prepared. So I think we'll have more for the citizens and council on August 21, 5:30 to 7:30-ish. I'll get you the invite on that. And then we talked about the program at Conrad Park to Lisa Exner. Thank you. I also received, and I think I passed out to council today, a message from the Lucas County Safety Council speaking about being safe with fireworks and whatnot, so that was taken into account. And then Rock the Block, thank you to the chamber. I was down there, I enjoyed being there. It was a festive crowd. We've also our ad hoc committee, which is talking about the inclusion recreational park that continues to build momentum. We did take a week off from our meeting last week due to some schedules, but we've heard from other interested organizations. It's really just a matter of capturing all these folks at a meeting, which probably will be after the 4th of July. And I received a message, again, I think I passed it out to council. If I didn't, let me know and I'll resend it, but there's a gentleman in Waterville Township that is expressing an interest to have some discussion about barrier walls along 24. You see him in Toledo, and there's some ideas of maybe putting up some barrier walls. That's as much as I know today, but look for more information on that to follow.
Mayor, if I could.
Go ahead.
Clarify, at the last council meeting, I mentioned that the city passed an ordinance banning medical marijuana cultivation, sales. So what that means is, under the current law as it's written, if you haven't banned the medical sale of marijuana, then you can get a license to sell retail marijuana. So at this point in the game, I think the city's covered. Where we have to look at is when all the medical marijuana people that have licenses to sell in Ohio, all those licenses are taken up for retail, the retail sale of marijuana, we have to look at when they expand it to the next level. So that's kind of where the additional research is needed there, so.
And I think, again, there's some attorneys from Columbus, Ohio, that are going to be speaking to the Northwest Ohio Mayors and Managers Association, council members as well. So it's a hot topic, a lot of questions, what to be done, and I think we're cautiously learning as we go down that path.
John, just so we know, who pays for those barriers normally? Is that usually like
ODOT. Yeah.
Right, a lot of it is federal grant money that is funneled through TMACOG and places like that, and they do studies and they try to figure out where they need
where they need it?
the barrier wall. You know, they put one in West Toledo where there was a, I guess it's the nuns, you know, and then
Oh,
they
yeah.
sold the
Sister
property.
Right.
Right.
So they didn't need it anymore, but that's kind of interesting. You know, they did it because of the convent there, but
Right.
they sold the convent and demolished it, so there's
I
nothing
think
there.
they have them all the way out to Sylvania now, to the split.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's houses right
When 75 was built, I was 6 years old. They promised us those walls.
Yeah.
I'm 60, and they started it when I was 67 years old. They said, we're gonna have walls, you're not gonna have to hear the expressway, it's gonna be great.
Right.
60 years later, we're starting to get the walls. So I don't think that they're in a big hurry to put walls out at 24. I wish they were, because I think it would cut down on the noise dramatically.
Sure.
But they take their time with
Yeah.
those. And there's nothing built right up to it, so,
Right.
you know, in Toledo, there were homes literally right on top of that expressway, and it still took them 60 years to do it, so.
Yeah.
I don't expect it to be a
They are built there. The walls are going up along the new 475
Yeah.
construction.
I saw
Yeah.
that.
Toledo and
Yeah.
Sylvania's getting
60 years.
So this fellow that sent me an email, and I if I didn't send it to you, I will. I'm going to follow up with him, but he did present that. Alrighty, we will move on from communication. Old business, there's none, but there's some new business. The new business is Resolution 2324, a resolution authorizing the municipal administrator to enter into an agreement with Palmer Energy Company, Inc., to serve as electric aggregation consultant for the city of Waterville as a member of the Northwest Ohio Aggregation Coalition. John, would you please elaborate?
Thank you, Mayor. The city has been certified and authorized by the Public Utilities Commission to serve as a local governmental aggregator of electricity for residential and small business customers in Waterville. In 2001, the city joined the Northwest Ohio Aggregation Coalition to jointly aggregate for electricity with other communities. And since 2001, the estimated savings is $124 million. So Palmer Energy has served as the electric aggregation consultant to the Northwest Ohio Aggregation Coalition. So they're looking to renew their agreement to serve as a consultant, and that agreement is enclosed for your review. It would extend their consulting services to the Northwest Ohio Aggregation Coalition for another 10 years.
Need a motion to accept resolution
I have some questions.
2324.
So moved.
All right, the second? Second, Wayne Wagner. Any discussion? Tony?
Yes, sir. I have one. I noticed that there's an automatic renewal for 5 years to extend these terms. How is that an advantage or beneficial to the city?
Well, I think that, you know, they've done a good job for us since 2001. You know, it is a 10-year agreement, and I would think they would give us notice that there's an extension. But there's very few consultants that can do this kind of work. It's very technical, and they're very experienced and well-known in Ohio. And I really think we couldn't probably find a better company to consult on this, which is a very complicated issue. You know, how to buy electricity, when to buy it, and different things. So, but that is in the agreement, and I guess you know, we have to keep an eye on the agreement to, I guess, 10 years from now.
Was that in our past agreement?
I'm not sure that it was, but I think that's probably fairly standard.
Okay. Thank you.
Any other questions?
Just to be sure, John, that this doesn't cost the city anything, as I understand it, is that right?
It doesn't, no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's residential or commercial can join?
Right, yes,
Small
small commercial
right.
customers.
Small yeah.
So you're basically telling me since 2001 I should be buying electricity from Waterville instead
Yeah.
of Toledo Edison, whoever they give me
No,
normally.
well, yes, you get
Yeah.
a notice on
It's
it.
cheaper.
And
Eventually.
Palmer bids it, takes the lowest bids for the longest period of time. And then anybody that doesn't opt out is included with the group and gets the group rate as negotiated by Palmer. And they have done a superior job.
Really?
Great.
Interesting.
Any more discussions? It's been moved and seconded for resolution 2324. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. Next, other information, unscheduled business. I have one, but I'll go around the room. John, Wayne?
No.
So, Mr. Dombey, would you please step to the floor?
Be afraid.
I'm
Be
not
very
down
afraid.
on the floor, so stepping to it is a big improvement.
Where should he stand? I want to make sure.
Right here. Stay in the middle. Stay in the middle.
Yeah, right there.
Kurt.
So, I got a couple things I want to give. And this is Phil Dombey's last official day as our law director. It doesn't mean he's going away. It just means that he's going to step aside. 18 years as our law director. Mr. Bagdonis was here many years with Phil. Phil is a graduate of Hillsdale College, very conservative college, excuse me. I almost said university. I'd get in trouble with that. But Phil, we appreciate your time with us, your leadership. I know I learned a lot, and I'll be the first to admit, you know, I can answer that question. I can call that person. And Phil will say, Tim, when there's an attorney involved, you just let me handle it. So I learned the hard way, and we'll just leave it at that. But we're not gonna, this is not serious. We're gonna have a little bit of fun. So
At your expense.
Phil likes to golf. This is not a golf ball. This is a baseball. I want you to hold it. Okay? And then we're gonna have a little bit of fun here because if you get a, let's see, what club should I give you?
Yeah. You're giving him a club?
There is a little cup. I'll move this over.
You gotta fix the cup.
I can't even see it. Okay.
Let's see if you can get it in the cup. Whatever you
Sure.
think you need.
Is there a prize if he gets it?
Well, we're.
Oh, he got it.
Speed was good. Speed was good.
Yeah, well, I always try to.
There it is. Second try.
Hey, wait a minute. Why are your dad?
Oh, now when you're on the hot streak.
Yeah, really.
That would have rimmed in.
So, Michelle, this is your prospect for the golf tournament. You got to get. He's always golfing. But I'll take that club in case I say something and you decide to use it. But as I was saying before, we thank you for your service, your time, and we know that you're not just going to go away. You're just going to try and relax a little bit in your hobbies with golf. And as a tradition, we always give one of our staff members a nice Caruth Studio remembrance. So this is yours, Phil, and congratulations. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Ironically, my wife went to high school with George and was seen many a time riding on the back of his motorcycle in her youth. She won't ride on mine. Something about the drive. I don't know what it is. But. Thank you very much, Mayor. It has truly been a pleasure. The people of the community have been wonderful. I've enjoyed the public service and the social life and the friends that this has provided. Out of the 50 years, I can say this has probably been the most enjoyable 18. I started as a volunteer fireman in Perrysburg Township, and Chief, we got paid $1 a run. It was a real deal. And from there, it went to representing police officers and firemen, and then governmental bodies. I've done it for 50 years. It's been a pleasure. I think professionals have an obligation to give back to the communities they work and serve in, and it was very interesting. Ironically, Mr. Bagdonis and I fought for 26 years over annexations and a variety of things. Well, obviously, I had to work hard to save both Perrysburg Township from Rossford and Perrysburg, but over the years, everybody decided that fighting was stupid. We were neighbors. We should get along. We didn't need to have a 100-foot aerial just because Perrysburg did. We didn't have that many tall buildings back then. So over the years, 100-year agreements were reached between those communities, and they have, for the most part, gotten along. Believe it or not, I represented Waterville Township in a few fights when Mayor Duck was here in the city, and so I've been around the block, but it's been a pleasure, and I can't believe it's been 50 years. And even better, I survived the Toledo Celtics Rugby Football Club 50-year reunion this last weekend, and I don't have any more broken bones, only 14 over the years. So thank you all very much. I'm not going to disappear. As I told Katie, who will be taking over, I will be here when she goes away and needs help, as she was here for me. And I'm not sure they're going to let me in Ottawa Hills, but I told her I'd go there if she needed help there. And thank you all very much.
Thanks, Phil. Council, I invite you to comment. Mary?
Phil, what we've been through. It's been, well, I've been on council for 8 years, but I've known you for a lot longer. And just congratulations, enjoy your time off. We will call you when we need you.
Not a problem.
You can run, but you cannot hide.
And my wife told me that as well.
Nah, Phil, it's been, just under 5 years. It's been an absolute pleasure. Not only did I get great advice from you, been great working with you, but I gained a great friend. We've had some great times. I've enjoyed your company. I've enjoyed the advice. You've always given us great advice over the years, and brother, I'm going to miss you. Thank you, Phil.
Likewise.
Tony?
Thank you for your service, 50 years. I thought I did a lot at 35.
Well,
wow.
Somehow
Congratulations.
I woke up and it was 76. I'm not sure how that happened, but I did leave Cleveland at 25, so I would be 26.
Thank you for everything you've done for the city.
Yeah, agree. Thanks for your service, and we'll all pray for your wife.
Yes. She needs all the help.
John?
She's tougher than me.
No, thank you, Phil. I always appreciate your calm demeanor in giving us advice, and your wise advice that we've always had. So thank you very much, and thank you for bringing Katie to us.
Yeah.
That'll be great. Thanks.
Phil, thank you very much for your years of mentorship, guidance, and most importantly, always being a great friend. Thank you.
So I think it's been said, but I'll just reiterate. My boss always told me when you leave your position, he was a military lieutenant colonel, make sure you got a good replacement, and you did that. So you left the place in a better position. So we thank you for that, and we will always regard you as a leader here. Thank you very much.
Thank you all.
And that's my club. Don't take it with
Well,
you.
I was thinking, I don't normally see Titleist Pro V.
Oh, there you go.
Well, just look at it.
I'm a hacker.
Take a picture. They might last longer.
Wait a minute. I better put the last one back. I was getting ready for my round coming up.
All right, that concludes tonight's meeting. Our next scheduled meeting is Monday, July 22nd. So if you please put that on your calendar. And any other unfinished business, council?
No.
Need a motion to adjourn?
So moved?
Second.
Second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you. We are adjourned.
Congratulations.